Talk about social media. We're all on social media. What's up? You're seeing me on social media right now, and I want to have a conversation with you. Every time I make videos on social media, my goal is to hear from you, hear what you're going through, hear what you're working on, and help you reach your goals. And oftentimes, I see people where they listen to the content that I create, or they heard a mentor or a teacher teach them about using social media, and they believe in their mind that it's about their message or their offer. In fact, that couldn't be further from the truth. Social media is never about your message or your offer. Now, stick with me for a second, because if you understand social media is about interaction and conversation, your message and your offer will reach exponentially more people than you ever thought was possible. Now, that sounds counterintuitive. If you're talking about your message or your offer, how are people going to know about it? Because you're having a conversation. When you're having a conversation with a friend of yours, let's say best friend, you're like, hey, let's go here. And then you start talking about your day, about what you were going through, about what they're dealing with, about their issues and stuff like that. There's openings in there to talk about what you have to offer and your message to seed in there what you're giving people. Such as, when I coach clients, boom, see, I just seeded what I offer to people, coaching and courses. But this isn't about that. I want you to really start to understand this. That social media is not a billboard. It's not a marketing gimmick. It's not a method to reach or find the people for your offers. That is the byproduct of what social media is. That is the overflow, meaning when you use social media in the right way for interaction and conversation. Somebody say interaction and conversation. When people interact and conversate on social media, then your message and your offer comes through. It is not the goal. I've had people tell me that's business suicide. That's stupid to think that I'm just trying to talk to people all day long. I got some products to sell. I got some money to make. I get it. We all do, right? But what's going to happen is when you remove focus from how can I get my offer out? How can I get my message out? How can I sell products to people by interacting with people and conversating and having a two-way conversation? For example, I love to know from people, get feedback from people. What are you dealing with? What are you struggling with? Oftentimes when I talk to people, they're afraid of having conversations with people. They're afraid of not knowing how to respond when people ask questions. They're afraid of not knowing what to say. And then they try to defend themselves in their social media, oftentimes in their content. And they're trying to make sure that they get no judgment or no criticism from people. And so they're not having a conversation. They're just telling people where they stand on things. They're just showing people their stance on things. They're just showing people what they have to offer, not actually building a conversational relationship. And so for you to get results on social media, for you to find your target customer and hone in on their needs, you need to know what keeps them up at night, what drives them, immerse yourself in the world of those people, and then have social interaction and conversation where you care more about what they're going through, more about what their struggles are, what their deal is, than you do about ever showing what you have to offer or your message. And then the overflow of that is if there is a logical, compassionate, kind, not pushy, not forceful way to tell people about what you have to offer, you can slip it in. And it doesn't come across as slimy or salesy. That's how you sell. That's how you use social media. What's going to happen is this. When you start to have more conversation and interaction on social media, the numbers, quote unquote, go up because people actually say, hey, this guy cares. This gal cares about me. They're not just trying to sell me something. And people want to come back and see what else you have going on. And then when you show somebody what you have to offer, what your message is, what type of action they need to take, people are more open to that. And so make your social media not about putting your message out there, not just about making offers, but about having interaction and conversation. I created a Facebook group. It's called the Grow Your Life Facebook group. There's over 1,000 people in there, and it's growing a single day with people that are working on their business, reaching their goals, going through what they're struggling with, and helping each other. I'm going to put a link to it in this post. That's my offer, quote unquote, on this post. But if you want to just leave a comment below, let me know what you're dealing with, what your struggles are in business around this. I want to help answer you. I make videos every single day. I make podcasts, the Grow Your Life podcast, where I help people through these things. And maybe you don't think you need any help. Maybe you have it all together. Let me know that. Who are you? What's your name? What are you going through? What are you working on? What are you selling? Leave a link to your product, service, whatever it is, in the comments. You want to have interaction and conversation with people. That's your goal on social media. Now, it's funny because, this post is about that. I honestly don't think I'm going to get a single comment in the comment stream from anybody, because that's what I'm trying to get people to do. And I understand that. And to be honest, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't worry me. Doesn't make me feel anything. But I want you to get this. I want you to understand that social media is not about your message or your offer. It's about interaction, conversation, and actually caring about what other people are going through. Not validating yourself, not trying to prove to other people that you know what you're talking about, not trying to validate you've finally made it or arrived at a certain place where you can do something, but rather you care about how can I help another individual. That is what social media is about. So, great, everybody. See you tomorrow. We'll talk soon.